being called upon to present a service, if you would. But anytime you're pouring out, it is necessary to be filled up again, praise God. And so I'd like to read the scripture, and then I will exhort just very briefly on what the Lord has given me to say tonight. The scripture is found in the book of Hebrews. It's actually the 6th chapter and the 10th verse, and the scripture reads, "For God is not unjust to forget the work. For God is not unjust, to forget your work and labor of love, which you have shown towards his name, in that you have ministered to the saints and do minister." Praise God. So the scripture here, actually Paul was talking to the Macedonian church, and Paul was recognizing their labor of love to actually the saints in Judea at the time. And even though the Macedonian church themselves were very poor, they poured out what they had. To give you an example of it, it was like the woman that gave the widow's mite. Now, there were the ones that had a whole lot, but she gave all that she had, which was a widow's mite. But in the eyes of the Lord, she gave more than those that had that refused to give. So tonight I want to remind us as ministers, those of us that do minister and have ministered to the saints, those of us that do labor for the sake of the gospel of Jesus Christ. See, it's one thing to get saved and you're all excited and you hollering, "God use me, God use me." You remember when I got saved, if they had a testimony service, I'm testifying. If they had a broadcast, I'm going. If they had a prayer night, I'm going. You know how you get saved and you have this zeal, you realize that God has touched you, and now you want to not only serve God, but there's things to be done in the household of faith. Remember that?
Yes, yes, amen.
Remember that? But you know, it's all good, you know, the first year or so. First, for most of us, a couple of years or so. You know, but as you continue to labor in the vineyard, you can find yourself getting tired. And if you're really not careful, you find yourself feeling like, what was the word you used today? When you were saying Pastor Dave felt like you were a non-entity. You know, all of a sudden we feel like somebody ain't recognizing what I have done. And we don't want to name who that somebody is, but it might be the pastor, it might be the choir director. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden we start feeling like we are a non-entity. We very quickly forget that we're servants. And we're called to serve. And you know what? Once a servant, always a servant. But we forget that. So tonight with this scripture, I just want to remind us, first of all, to remember your servant will always be your own responsibility. Because as soon as somebody has to check you and remind you that you're a servant, you're going to have another issue. But if you can do that self-check, if you can understand yourself that, God, I could never repay you for what you've done for me. God, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a voice, so let me use it for you. When God saved me, y'all, you know, he found me addicted to crack cocaine. God found me there because I was supposed to die there. But he saved me and he delivered me August 5th, 1994 in a Sunday service. But God delivered me, and then that night, it was a setup. A revival started at my church. I got saved that morning. Sister Collier started a revival that night. And I'm just sitting in the audience like a deer in the headlight because I've been delivered. And now I just want to hear everything God has to say. I'm leaning in. And I wanted God to talk to me however he would. And so after service one night, after the revival, I seen a whole bunch of Kleenex on the floor. You know how the Spirit of the Lord moves and folks is crying. And I just started picking up the Kleenex. I'm so happy to be saved. I'm just running around picking up everybody's Kleenex, making my way to the bathroom. And my mom tapped me on the shoulder. She said, well, if you're going to pick it up, here, use a clean napkin and quit picking it up with your hand. And she gave me a tambourine. She said, here, put it inside the tambourine. And I'm just running around picking up Kleenex. And I got in the bathroom. I said to the Lord, if you let me come back, I'll clean the bathrooms. I was just so happy to be saved. God, if you let me come back. Because I knew what it was like to be in the house of God. And I knew what it was like to be unsaved and be outside of the will of God. I was unsaved for 17, 18 years. And when he found me again, that little girl that left the church at 17 because I didn't want to rebel, now I'm a grown woman and I'm a crack addict and I'm leaving the world backwards, praise God. But I found deliverance in God's house. God, if you let me come back, I'll clean the bathrooms. Well, it wasn't many years later, you know, I was over the kitchen crew was one of the things my daughter mentioned, and we had a program at the church. You know, we served refreshments and everybody was gone. Well, pooh, here I go. Well, now everybody done left and left me to clean this up. So first of all, I forgot who over the kitchen crew, right? But literally, so my son and my daughter's upstairs with Pastor Dave. Pastor's vacuuming. Taylor's moving the seats around and Tiffany's running back up. And I'm like, really God? Really God? Everybody that left. I left this mess in your house. And man, I went into the sink room and the Lord reminded me, didn't you say you would clean the bathrooms? Didn't you tell me if I let you come back, you clean the bathroom? And then I remembered what I told God. And man, I sat in that sink room and I was so privileged to be able to clean the house of God that night. You know, on the way home, I told the kids, you know, because they trying to fuss about it. I said, no, let me tell you what really happened tonight. God gave us the honor of cleaning his house tonight, y'all. Come on. I want my kids to understand. God gave us the honor of being the ones that left and didn't leave his house that way. So tonight, I want to exhort you as servants that we got to remind ourselves that's what it is. And you know what? The scripture says God is not unfaithful to forget those that labor and minister to the saints. If ain't nobody looking at you, the person that matters most sees you. The person that will reward you best sees you. My last example I'll give you is Hagar in Scripture. Many of you know the story of Abraham, Sarai, and Hagar. Now Hagar was Sarai's property. When you got married, you got a gift of a maid. So understand this. Hagar was Sarai's property. She was her maid, given to her. You know how they give you a wedding gift? That was Sarai's property. So Sarai comes up with this grand idea after they're in Canaan 10 years. I won't go into the whole story. But because she got tired of waiting on God, she came up with an idea. Well, I'm going to give you my handmaid, she says to her husband, and then I'll have a baby through my handmaid. Of course, Abraham went along with that one. I'm just going to leave that there. But the scripture says, literally, Hagar became Abraham's second wife. But she became his second wife by Sarai's own doing. But once Hagar found herself with child, and her master's wife couldn't have child, all of a sudden some stuff started happening in Hagar's head. I want you to understand this part. The same thing that happens with us. Hagar forgot she was a servant. She forgot she was a servant. So now she's looking at the master's wife like, I done gave him something you can't give him. Me and him got some stuff to talk about because I'm with child. And the Bible says that Sarai realized she was despised in her own servant's eyes. So how do you think God feels when we start walking around like somebody owes me something? Somebody owes me something, because you know what? I've been singing in the choir for 20 years and they ain't promoted me. Huh? I've been showing up at service for however long and they ain't gave me whatever you think you need. How do you think God feels? You forgot your servant. And the scripture says that, you know, she went back to her husband, had a few things and said, Abraham, I said, I ain't got nothing to do with that woman. He said, that's your maid. I ain't got nothing to do with her. He said, do with her whatever you please. Abraham was like, I'm not in this. And the Bible says that Sarai made Hagar's life a living. You put in the word. To the point that Hagar fled, left money. She had been in Canaan 10 years. The scripture, you know, if you read it in commentary, man, she found herself by the side of the road like, I'm going home. I don't even know where home is, but I'm out of here. But that's what the devil wants to get us to do. When we start thinking we got something coming that we don't got coming, first thing they're going to tell you is you need to get out of here. You need to leave the church now. They're not treating you right now. And I'm going to close it down. Remember this. God is not unjust to forget your labor and your labor of love, that you do minister and have ministered to the saints. And whatever God called you to do is what he meant for you to do. Jesus came to earth as a servant. He thought it not robbery to take on the form of a flesh and to serve, praise God. So you may get weary in well-doing. That's all a part of serving. But you know what the scripture says?